So here we go then everybody, welcome to another edition of Game Day from Legoland to Portman Road as Town take on Leeds United in the Championship. It's a big game of course. Leeds have had a mixed bag start to their season under Daniel Farker, but of course Town are riding high after 3 straight wins. It's a big game, let's get into it, the normal sights and sounds. I'm going to bring you my food scran review and the team news. Let's get right into it, and Portman Road is looking beautiful as ever. Let's do this. Okay then, the food offering today is chicken casserole, carrots, potato, chicken, of course. Alex is here enjoying his. He's laughing at my.
I'm laughing at the fact you had to specify that there was chicken in the chicken casserole.
Stu's got his as well. Let's see how it is. Bush, bosh, bash. Okay then, food in the belly, and that was solid. Good old chicken casserole. Alex, did you enjoy yours?
I'm still going, mate.
You're still going? I'll let you enjoy that, mate. Out of 10, I'm gonna give it a solid 8. A bit peppery for my taste. But I enjoyed that, and we're going to head down pitch side and also get the team news. So bring it on, let's go. Up next, I'm joined by Andrew, and Andrew is a competition winner. He's won our competition to win a signed Amari Hutchinson shirt. Andrew, great to join by you. Yeah. Looking good, my friend. How are you feeling?
Delighted. Nice to win something for a change. So yeah, I'm glad to be back. Watching the old team, you know, on the way up. Can't ask for more.
Yeah, and today Leeds United are in town. Big game. Let's actually get the shirt out. Let's get the shirt. Let's show it. He's got it there. Keep it safe. Keep it safe. Murray Hutchinson signed shirt. Hopefully more of these competitions to come. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. But winner Andrew is the first one. But yeah, Leeds United first up today. Yeah. Big game with 3 straight wins for the Blues. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling a little bit less confident than I was last week. I mean, after Leeds saying they got Gonto back, Sinistera could be back, and then they got the Pero, so it's going to be tough. I'll be happy with a draw, you know, a win even better, but I'd probably go for a 2-1 Town win.
Ooh, I'll take that. I think a lot of the KOA boys have been predicting that. I've gone negative, not too negative. I've just gone for a 1-1 draw. I just think maybe Leeds would just have that extra that Stoke didn't have and the other teams didn't have. And I think a point is decent against the Leeds team who just got relegated. Yeah. But of course I'm going to take a win. Easy. Yeah. 4 wins in a row, why not? Yeah. But yeah, what's your scorer? Who do you reckon's going to score the goals?
Tough one, depending whether Hurst is in or not. You know, so I think if Hurst is out, wouldn't surprise me if Jackson come in. Yeah. But I don't know, if anyone come in, I think Burns would probably get a goal.
Okay.
And maybe Chappers again.
Oh, Chappers, that was great to see him score one here at QPR last week. Yeah. Team news is going to be dropping soon, so we'll find out if Jackson's starting, we'll find out who's starting. Brandon Williams, of course, new signing, will he? You happy with that signing?
Yeah, interesting one, you know, where he's going to fit in exactly, you know, right-footed but plays on the left. So he might cover for Clark while he's nursing his knockback. So, you know, that'd be interesting, you know. Definitely. Looking forward to the next week, seeing who else is going to come in.
Yes, one more week for the transfer window to go. Andrew, thanks very much for joining me. Thanks for taking part. And there we go. Okay then, team news has just dropped back in the press room after having a bit of a wander in the fan zone. And got the team sheet. There it is. Looking good as always. The font, the colour, all that sort of stuff. Some big talking points to talk about, of course. Leeds looks tasty. They've got their big hitters back. So look out for them today. But let's talk about Town, because that's what we're here for, of course. Harry Clark is starting at right back, of course, returning with that Achilles, came off the bench maybe a bit earlier than planned against QPR, but he starts. Kane Jackson is up front, of course. George Hurst was a doubt going to this one, and he's not on the bench either, so Kane Jackson leading the line. Of course, he scored in the last Portman Road game against Stoke, and he'll be wanting to do the same, I'm sure, today, using that pace of his. We've also got Cameron Burgess, who was an injury doubt as well. He's starting, so that is good to see. On the bench is a new signing, Brandon Williams. He's on the bench. Will he feature today? I'm sure he will at some point, I'm sure. George Emerson also returns back in the 18. He's on the bench, so good to see Fridge back there. So that's the team news. Let's get pitch side. Let's see how it's looking. Let's go. There we go then, guys. It's game time. It's pitch side view time. And it's going to be a big one. Let's see how Town get on. Let's do this. Okay then, time for the last time update and take 105. I've done this so many times because I just can't breathe. Because that first half was just mental. That escalated very quickly indeed. Town took the lead early doors. Kane Jackson ball into the box. A Leeds United player put it into his own net. Then Leeds show their quality. 3 very good goals. Town looking very shaky at the back. Maybe 1 or 2 of the goals they could have defended a little bit better with. But when you got Monto, Prero, Sincero up front, you just couldn't stop them. But then they brought in little tap in, the score late on in this first half. Town still got work to do. But what a first half that was indeed. Welcome back to the Championship, Town. When you play teams like this who've got Premier League players in their squad, they're going to be a test. Second half, let's see what happens. Let's go. So full time, and Ipswich Town have been beaten for the first time in 21 games. 4-3 defeat in the end against Leeds. What a game. Peachy.
Yeah, great game.
Thanks for joining me and my friends.
Thank you.
Thoughts on that one before we get to the nuts and bolts of all?
So that's what a defeat feels like.
Yeah.
It's weird, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
21 games. Well, no, fair play to them. But today's game just showed that why Leeds, they're clinical, aren't they?
Oh,
Like,
that front three.
yeah, when that third goal went, I thought, oh, Jesus, we could be in for a long afternoon. But no, lads regrouped. And to be fair, we played in part, I think, hang on, let's get my words out. We were the better side in spells, but Leeds, when they just attacked, they just looked so dangerous, clinical. They took the lead for an own goal, and then like their defender puts in a hell of a block on Wes Burns.
Yeah.
I think it's at Rondon.
Yes, Rondon.
That's,
Yeah.
I mean, 2-0 afterwards at like 10 minutes. Different game, but then we concede. It's a good finish by the lad for the first goal. Second goal, you could point at Halaki, I'm not going to. Second one, he pushed it into the defender, but I'm not going to go at him. I'm genuinely not. You can that's how you sort of dissect goals, don't you?
I think, to be fair,
But the save in the second half,
yeah.
brilliant.
Like the first 5 goals in the first half were badly defended from Leeds
Yeah,
and us.
oh,
so
yeah. Yeah, fair for us for our count the goal. Second goal, Jackson, brilliant work. That's what he does with his pace, and I must say, massive shout. He'll be done brilliantly again today. Absolutely, he just doesn't stop running. Well, the whole team don't, but he was brilliant. Yeah, it's just frustrating to lose, obviously, but I'm not downhearted. Look, 4 games, 9 points. What's not to like about that? We'd have all snapped everyone's hand off for that start of the season, wouldn't we? So it's nice to come out of games we've lost. It's in a good game of football. I'm not too bothered. Like last season, I've been all pent up, like, oh, ref this, ref that. I'll blame everyone apart from my team.
But Leeds showed their quality, didn't they? I know they've had a mixed bag start to the season, but they had their superstars back in the squad. They got some Premier League quality, haven't they?
Oh, the ones who want to leave. I wish I had them.
Yes, that as well. Yes, pretty much.
Yeah, I wish I had buggered off, but nah.
Yeah, I had to come and play against us, didn't they?
Yeah, well,
their front three.
Who does not want to come here and see us? Now they'll be up there towards the end of the season, and like with Mr. Fark's teams, they do start slow normally, don't they? But when you get players of that quality back, it just showed. And I can't see if anyone come to this ground being disheartened. We just ended a 21 game unbeaten run, and now we can start another one.
And what I like though, the boys kept going. We scored late on in the first half. Then we did this, when it went 4-3, I thought if we had a few more minutes, we could potentially.
I was thinking, could we do a Charlton here? Charlton did that to someone last year. I can't remember which team it was for the life of me. I was a lovely finish from Chapman because I'm where I sit in the top of the SBR, like I'm right behind it, and it just sort of picking the corners, like and then there's like a minute to go. I think you never know here. You never know. But thanks, mate.
No, I'm going to carry it. Yeah.
Lovely running style, by the way. That was a great running style.
Oh, I didn't actually notice that. I was looking in your curly whites. Your white, your lovely
curly
eyes.
hair, would it?
No. Final question. I'm going to ask this to all the boys, and maybe it's a harsh question, but is that a bit of a reality check? In terms of playing against.
When it went to 3-1, I thought, this is a reality check. But that's not all teams have the quality of Leeds. Like there are other teams who have got the quality and play like that, but a bit of a reality check. But no, I'm not too worried about it because we played bloody well. Take our chances, different game. But anyway, and also congratulations, sir, on your engagement. If you're about Upper Town.
Bloomers, welcome back.
Hello, mate.
Good to see you.
Hello.
That was a defeat. That feels weird.
Yes, because last season, the 4 defeats that we had, I wasn't at any of them. So this is a very alien feeling to me. It's actually been 2 seasons since I've seen us lose a game in the flesh. But it was going to come at some point, and as I think the person filming this right now just said 30 seconds ago, you'd rather it be a game where you've given your all, scored a few goals and had a bit of fun than just stink the gaff out. And we certainly didn't do that today. We lost, and this might be a controversial opinion, we deserve to lose, I think, because of you just can't gift teams like Leeds and their attacking quartet the chances that we gave them. But even then, we scored 3 goals, played really well in parts, kept the pressure up really well for the start of that second half as well, particularly, and gave as good as we got. And you're not going to win every game in this division. You're not going to draw every game. You are going to lose games along the road. No one goes unbeaten in the Championship, and better it be like that than a 0-3, and we're all really, really unhappy on the way home.
What are you feeling like, though, when we did go 3-1 behind? Because we scored early doors, and I thought, OK, here we go. But then they went and scored 3 goals. Not great defending from us.
Yeah.
But what were you thinking at that stage? Because there was still a lot of game to play.
Well, this is it. It was such a whirlwind that it happened so quickly that, to be honest, even before we scored, when Broadhead scored just for half-time, I did think we were still in it. And obviously that goal really gets you up for the second half. But it really does put you behind the 8 ball, being 2 goals down against a team like Leeds who can counter so effectively with what they've got on the pitch. But yeah, it's one of those things where if you take a step back and think about it, yes, we've got momentum from last season, and yes, we've got a manager that knows what he's doing, or we all think he does, and that is true. I'm sure he does know what he's doing. But the quality Leeds have pound for pound, and the fact they were relegated from the Premier League last season, they will catch you out if you make mistakes. And for every sort of 2 chances that Leeds need to score, we might need 4 or 5. That's just how it is. And I'm not too disheartened. Look, we played again well in parts, and we managed to get 3 goals again. Just maybe need to tighten up at the back a bit. I'm hesitant to start calling out names, and that's often quite easy for me to start naming people, and I'm not going to name anyone today because it was a hard slog for all of them. And look, reality check might be the right word, but I don't mean it in a negative way. And like, oh, it's a reality check for the division. You know, we're going to struggle for the rest of the next 9 months. I think it's more of just there are things that went wrong in this game, and Kieran McKenna will see them and hopefully get them on the training field and try and avert those mistakes for next time. Because look, if we play like that against some of the so-called lesser teams in the division, we're going to be absolutely fine. And
because like last week against QPR, we didn't play our greatest, did we?
Well, this is it. If Joe Bellingham scores against for Sunderland against us in the first half, if Sinclair Armstrong scores in the first half of QPR, you know, those are goals that they probably should have scored. And if that happens, those games might be completely different, and we might not be 9 from 12. So this is a game where a lot of the chances went in, but we've had games, you know, just a few weeks ago where those chances have gone our way and we've been okay. So, yeah, I think it's a reality check, but a nice reality check, and there's nothing to fear for the rest of this season. And look, we lost 4-3. I'd rather lose 4-3 than 1-0.
Yeah, Bloomers. Cheers.
Lovely, mate.
Up next, I'm joined by 2 Davidtons, Eva and Steve, father and daughter duo. A defeat for Town today. Who wants to start? Share their thoughts. Eva, come on. Let Steve have a think.
Defence had problems, definitely.
Yeah.
It felt like they just walked through them when they had the ball, but it was still an exciting game, and against a team that's just come down from the Premiership, then I can feel hopeful, I think, from that.
Yeah, definitely. And Steve, you know, from this,
I sort of feel I should be disappointed, but I'm not, ultimately, because I thought Ipswich played really well. A few lapses in defence to start off with, but ultimately I think we walked away from that game having been defeated by what is an ex-Premiership team. Shouldn't be too disappointed, and there's good reason for hope for the rest of the season, I think, personally.
Yeah, and of course
it was a good game, good game.
7 goals, 7
yeah,
goals.
Yeah, you can't beat that, can you? That, I think, was probably the best game I've seen for a long time, and I'm trying to think when Ipswich last conceded 3.
Ooh.
I know they were two. Correct. They were 2 behind, and that's when were they last 2 behind other than Sheffield last season? Cannot think, but Leeds are
Premier League. They've got Premier League quality players, haven't they? Yeah.
And they were quite clinical when they got the ball up front.
They were.
Yeah.
Eva, what were your feelings? I've asked this already to Bloomers after you, and or before you, sorry. And what are you feeling when it went 3-1 though to Leeds? And
I felt concerned, but it was still so early on. Was it 3-1 by 15 minutes or something?
Something like that, maybe 20.
Yeah, 20 minutes. So I didn't feel awful. I did when it got towards the end of the first half. I thought, going 3-1 into the second half is a challenge. So getting that next one in, I thought, okay, we're in with a chance here. Unfortunately, I thought we did really well at the start of the second half. Yeah. I thought we had so much of the ball. We were so much up front, but couldn't make it happen. But I was impressed again. Yeah, by.
And we were showing our clinical side as well. To go 3-1 down, then Broadhead scoring that goal, as Eva said, and then Chaplin made it 4-3, and we're like, if we had a bit more time, because once again, 5 minutes added on. I know they're trying to bring it down a little bit after the first, game day. We had 30 minutes against Sunderland, and it's now, I think they're trying to change that a little bit. But yeah, if we had a few more minutes, maybe we could have got that fourth.
Yeah, it wasn't beyond possibility, but it's just one of those games where I think ultimately Ipswich should take the positives from that. It's not a game where you come out and think, oh Christ, that was a bad day at the office. I thought Ipswich were good and plenty of reason for hope.
Definitely. And Eva, final words. We haven't lost in 21 games. We start the championship season with 3 straight wins. Leeds, of course, their first win of the season, so they got 3 points over us. But just overall, the day, great atmosphere again.
Yeah, brilliant day. Loud, 29,000 fans. Great atmosphere. I was in a different stand to you, but still I could hear you guys over in the north stand from where I was. Brilliant day still, and I'm not overly disappointed.
Come next, I'm joined by James, and I think every time I speak to you, we've won a game, but today a defeat. How are you feeling?
I feel sad. Halaki pretty could have done better. A few times when they scored, he went too wide open legs where they could have easily passed it through. Where if he could have maybe dived a little bit better, maybe he could have saved some more shots. But he did save good shots. I can't say that.
Yeah, in the second half, he made a cracking save, didn't he? But yeah, Leeds, they just showed their quality, didn't they? Like an ex-Premier League team, you've got some Premier League quality players. Once again, I've asked this a few times to the other guys who've been on game day so far. What are you feeling like when we went 3-1 down? Because we've not been used to that for a long time.
I felt like I was just feeling like I'm just going to stay through this, but I know Leeds were probably going to score an extra. We could maybe score a few more, but after they went 3-1 up in like less than 20 minutes, I was just like, how do we let that 1-0 go?
Yeah.
It was less than 5 minutes we had that 1-0 lead, and then it just shocks you how they just go boom, boom, boom. And it's because them 3 players were thinking of leaving, now they're gone, oh, we got the energy, we can play.
Yeah, of course, when we saw that team news drop, I was like, oh dear. That is a good front 3, front 4 they've got there. But Town, they didn't, I think some people have said maybe they deserved to lose today. I think today was just, I wouldn't say a reality check, but an opportunity to go, okay, we're not going to just walk this league again. How are you feeling after that? A defeat, but, still a lot of positive take from today.
Yeah, and I just feel weird thinking, first, yeah, we're Phelps. Oh, we're 6th now.
That's fine, isn't it?
Nah, it's still a long old season to go. We got a heck of a long time. We can win them games. And if you just think of it, Sheffield United got promoted with 11 losses.
Ooh, wow, good stat.
I look at every league every year,
Yeah.
so pretty good knowledge, but we say that. I'm not really good in the National League, but we say it.
Fine. Well, James, final words, another home game next Saturday. Of course, we've got the Carabao Cup against Reading, but just an opportunity now to have maybe bring in some of the squad players for the Carabao Cup game. But how are you feeling for the rest of the season?
I feel like we could finish playoffs. I'm just saying, just sneaking in them playoffs. I'm thinking we're not doing a Millwall where we're literally like an inch away and then we just lose in the last day. I don't think we're going to do that. I think we're going to be 7th and then we're just going to go, well, we're going to get that win. The other team's going to lose. We're going to get that 6th
Final
place.
day? Ooh. Well, we don't want to get too carried ahead of ourselves because we've still got a lot of games to go, James. But bring it on. Enjoy the rest of the season. I'm sure we'll chat. We'll bring James back on game day, I'm sure.
Yeah. I might see you in Cardiff.
Yes. Bring it on, my friend.
Yeah, I'll try and see you in Cardiff.
Nice one. Top man. And finally, I'm joined by good old Liam from Crew, my friend. It's been a while since we've been outside Portland Road or any stadium, see a town on the feet and talk about it. We've had great people on so far, but you're the final man. Thoughts on that one?
I'm quite uplifted, to be honest. I don't think there was a huge amount in the game that made them any better than us. I think what you can point to is obviously that front 3 is obviously very expensive. 2 ex-Premier League players and 1 from the Championship who was probably one of the top goal scorers last season at Swansea and Pirot. But we gifted them the goals, and they didn't do anything that suggested that they cut us apart and you put your hands up and say, okay, that was it. Overall, I thought we cut them apart quite a lot, and I think this is the difference. I think you saw those 3 goals that went in. We didn't defend them very well, and they were clinical. When we had our chances, especially probably the big one, which turns the game. Wes Burns, 2 minutes after we score, he's in on goal. I think it was Burns anyway.
Yeah, I think it was.
And he takes that second to get an extra touch, and he allows the defender, great defending, but he allows the defender to get back and make the challenge. If he hits that first time, it's 2-0, different game. Yeah. And I think that's where you're seeing the levels. Just it's not in terms of quality of player where they've just run rings around us. It's just that maybe extra second that the better players don't need to punish you. And that's what happened today. But they didn't drop the heads at 4-2. They were still going. And at the end of the day, look, we're always going to lose at some point. And maybe it was better to do it now.
Yeah.
Some people might say, oh, well, they've fallen at their first hurdle against an ex-Premier League club. But there was nothing in that game, really, overall. And if we had taken our chances, I mean, it could have been 6-7-7. It was that crazy. Both teams couldn't defend. So, but entertaining game. We lost it, but plenty to be uplifted about going forward. And if the club can get that extra bit of quality in that they're looking for.
I actually haven't asked yet, and we'll probably talk about it later in the week. One more week left of the transfer window. What are you wanting to see Town do? Well, of course, Brandon Williams made his debut today. Not great defending for, of course, Leeds' fourth goal for him, but you know, he's rusty, isn't he? Because he's not played a competitive football match for a long time. But yeah, any other business?
I think first thing, I think we struggled a little bit down that right-hand side all game. I think Harry Clark first half got caught quite a few times, just because I think he's still struggling with the injury, and then obviously Williams with the fourth goal was left for dust. But again, probably a hard ask for him to come straight in and be right on top of it. So we struggled down there, but in going forward, we definitely need another striker. I think we missed Hurst today in terms of, even if he had maybe sprung a surprise and gone Jackson, which I thought actually worked really well, Hurst coming off the bench would have made a difference to us than Ladapo. And that's no disrespect to Ladapo, but the ball's into the box, Hurst gets himself around, and obviously I think his touch is a lot tighter than Ladapo's in and around that area. I think we still probably need another one in that attacking free just that's behind. Someone with a bit more quality. I mean, Hutchison, decent player, but he looks very green compared to TJJ that we had last season. No, it was a level down.
Derby, of course.
But he looked just a bit further on his development, whereas Hutchison, you can see, is very, very green at this level. He's still very young and has a lot to learn. So probably someone in there, and I would still say centre-half, but we'll see what they can do. Again, there's a lot of what can they do around the squad limits and stuff, and if they're going to bring 2 or 3 in, then they're going to have to, I think, find at least 2 spots, because I think we've only got 1 free at the moment. So if they bring in 3, there's going to have to be 2 players taken out. So, but we do need that little bit of extra quality. But we're not going to play Leeds every week. And next week against Cardiff, I'll be very confident of getting back on the victory wagon. So we just go from here. And you know, with McKenna, he's going to have watched that today. He will watch it back, and he will analyse that until for every second, and he will make sure that his team in the following weeks go out and that they won't make those mistakes again. And I'm really, really uplifted about what we can do this season. So a defeat, but happier it came now rather than later in the season when people get maybe a bit too high. So hopefully this little bump in the road is just a nice reminder that we are in a better league this season, and going forward we can compete with these teams. So who knows, when we play Southampton in a few weeks, we might actually be better for it, having lost today. So come on, the Town.
Nice one. Wise words there from Liam from Crew. Thanks again for watching another game day. We'll be in Reading on Tuesday for the Carabao Cup second round. See you then. Bye-bye for now.